The HTML language also provides facilities for creating lists. There are three types of lists in HTML. There's the ordered list, the unordered list, and the definition list. Let's take a look at them one by one. The ordered list is created with the OL block level tag. OL is a container, so here's the end tag, and it contains the LI tag for list item. LI is one of those tags that's actually a container, but the end tag is optional when the browser sees another LI tag or the OL tag or any block level element, it ends the LI. Let's take a look at the output of a ordered list in our browser. There it is, and you see numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. There are quite a few options available for ordered list. Let's take a look at some of them. One of them is the type attribute. If you give it like a capital I, it'll create the list in Roman numerals. Go ahead and refresh. If you give it a lowercase I, it'll use lowercase Roman numerals. Take a look at that. There you have your lowercase Roman numerals. You can have it list things alphabetically, either in lowercase or uppercase. There we are with a lowercase a in the type, and we get, there we are, A, B, C, D. And like the Roman numerals, you can also do this in capitals. Refresh. There we are. So those are the types of lists that you can, and of course you can do numeric, which is the default. I believe type equals 1. I don't know if that one actually works in every browser. We can take a look here. There we are, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can also set your starting number. Say you want it to start at 7. And here it starts at the number 7. Of course, it doesn't change the text. And you can even change the starting number with a different type. Here we'll do this in lowercase Roman numerals starting at the number 7. Of course, we all know that Roman numerals for 7 is VII. It starts at VII. You cannot put a Roman numeral in the start. It has to be an ordinal number. But that works pretty well. Now, there's one final thing to understand about the ordered lists. There's an ambiguity in the definition, because in the definition of HTML attributes, 0 is considered a non-attribute. And so in some browsers, start equals 0 works, and in other browsers it does not. So it's one to avoid, and it's an unfortunate oversight in the definition of the language. And here we see it works in this browser. I know that it does not work in the latest Mozilla browser, and I don't know whether it works or not in other browsers. I think it should. Unfortunately, it's an ambiguity in the definition of the language that just may not become resolved. Let's take a look now at another type of list. These are unordered lists, and we can bring this one up here in the browser as well. There's an unordered list, and you'll notice that it has little circles, little filled in circles for bullets, and it has several different types of bullets. That's the one called disk. You can say type equals square, and it'll show you squares for the bullets. And you can say type equals circle. And you get open circles. There's the circles. And if you say type equals disk, you get the default of a disk. Refresh there. You can also nest these lists. And when you nest the lists, you get a different type for the nested ones. Consistent and use capital letters there. So this one gave us the circles on the nested list. Again, just different browsers do different things. They don't always provide them in the same order. So if you want your nested ones to be a certain type, go ahead and use the type attribute. And as you nest them, the next one will be squares, and then it'll go through the cycle again with disks and circles. Let's go on to our third and final type of list. This list is a little bit different. This one is called the definition list. Let's take a look at how this works in the browser here. You have a term and a definition, and a term and a definition. 3 to get ready now. Go cat go. The list is described like this. DL is the outer container. DT is for the term, and DD is for the definition. Again, these are containers with optional end tags. The end tag for DL, like it is for OL and UL, is required. And there aren't really any other options for this one, so that's pretty much that. Again, like some other tags, people have used this particular tag, the definition list, for indents because it indents the left and not the right. And sometimes you'll see HTML without the outer DL container with just the DD tags. And that used to work in some browsers. Unfortunately, it does not work in all browsers, and I don't recommend that you use the DD tag as just an indenting. The correct way to do indenting is with tables. Well, that's one correct way. Of course, the other correct way is with style sheets, and we'll get into that also later on in the course. So just to review, we have 3 types of lists. We have the ordered list, we have the unordered list, and we have the definition list.